Have you guys noticed anything lately? All the damn cool kids are making their top 5 or whatever, top 5, top 10, top 6 Arnold Classic 2021 predictions. And yours truly, the anabolic chicken, hasn't even made one yet. So I figured, let me do one too, like all the other cool kids. So this video I will showcase my prediction for the top 5 in the open class for the 2021 Arnold Classic. But first of all, some sad news. As most of you probably know by now, William Bonac, unfortunately, he will not be able to compete at the 2021 Arnold Classic due to some travel issues, as RX Muscle reported today. But still, the show must go on, I guess. So here is the new official competitor list. Of course, everyone on this list, except for William Bonac, which I've crossed out, will compete. So, my predictions, here we go. Number 5, I have Sergio Oliva Jr. And now a lot of you may disagree with this because I've seen a lot of people putting him higher than number 5. Some of you put him lower, but that was mainly due to William Bonac also being included before today. So in my opinion, the reason I have him placing 5th in this lineup is because we haven't really seen anything of him since the 2020 Arnold Classic. So he might be, I don't know, he might just smoke everyone. As you can see in this picture, he's heavily out-angling Big Ramy here, but I don't think that will translate on the stage. I've seen so many out-angling photos that basically mean jack shit, so I have been placing 5th, but we'll see. Maybe he can shock the world. Now in 4th place, originally I had this dude, and the dude I have in 3rd place switched around, but guys, I don't think that he will be able to outcondition my 3rd place guy. And who is that? None other than Ian Vayer. Now, I believe that Steve Kuklo is, I mean, obviously he is taller than Ian, and I also believe that he's more muscular, he's bigger. So if they were in similar condition, then I believe that Kuklo would get the edge, but I just don't see it happening. Ever since the 2020 Mr. Olympia, Ian Vayer has just come in absolutely peeled. If you guys remember, he got a lot of criticism at the 2020 New York Pro, even though he won it, that he wasn't peeled enough, and I thought that he was in okay shape, but ever since that show, he has just come in absolutely peeled, and I think that he will come in really peeled again. I think that his most peeled version was at the 2020 Mr. Olympia, and I think that he has a shot at replicating that. I mean, this is his first Arnold Classic. He probably wants to do great, so I think that he will come in absolutely peeled, and in my opinion, he will come in 3rd. Now, in 2nd place, none other than the beast, Akeem Williams. Now, if Akeem Williams comes in more shredded than he ever has, he might even win. Because Akeem is just huge, and he has that menacing structure where he is wide as hell, but he still maintains a fairly slim waistline. But I don't think that he's as complete as the guy I have in 1st. None other than the mutant Nick Walker. And now a lot of people say that his structure sucks, but in my opinion, I don't think that being blocky matters as much in the open class, as long as you're wide. Because William Bonac, he pretty much has the same issue. He's quite blocky, and he's not even that wide, and he still does really good. and has done so historically. So I don't see why Nick Walker would sort of have that as a huge issue. I mean, I get that he needs to be dinged somewhat for having a blocky physique, but in the open class, I believe that other things are more important, namely width, mass, and conditioning, and he has that in spades. Now, let me explain why I think Nick Walker will win and why he will edge out Ian and Akeem, whom I have in second and third place. First of all, if we compare him to Ian, you can see here, by the way, this is a photo of Ian from the 2021 Tampa Pro. And now for some reason, even though they are both really shredded, I mean, Ian is in really good conditioning. And you can see that aside from the differences in the lighting, you can see that their quads are both shredded and separated. But look at the arms, guys. Look at the arms. I don't know why Ian has really, really huge arms, but he just doesn't have that muscle separation. And again, I think that is just a genetic feature, unfortunately. I don't think he can do a lot about that. So that, and also if you look at their back. Now from this picture, it's really obvious how goddamn dice to the socks out of the box, as Louis Mark used to say, Ian is. But still, look at their lat insertions, guys. And their lower back. I mean, Ian, I think that he has a fairly decent back, especially since he comes in so separated, and usually it's important to come in really conditioned for your back because that's really where the conditioning shines. But still, I mean, this is just a genetic feature that he can do nothing about. He just has high lats, and I think that in the back shots he will really, really suffer against Nick Walker. And another thing that I don't really have any picture comparison to showcase, but Ian's triceps and calves are, they're just nothing in comparison to Nick Walker's. I don't think that they're as important as the back, but still, it is something. Now, why will Nick beat Akeem, in my opinion? And to me, this picture says it all. I think that from the hamstrings to the glutes to the lower back to the upper back, I mean, even the arms in this pose look better on Nick Walker. And I will also say that he's a bit more shredded in this comparison. This is Kim Williams from his Puerto Rico Pro version. He was a bit more shredded at the 2020 Mr. Olympia, but still, I mean, there's no way that Akeem Williams touches Nick Walker in the two back poses. Now, I will say that from the side and from the front, Akeem and Nick matches up fairly well, and you could even make an argument that Akeem gets him in most poses, but it's not a blowout like it is in the back poses, so I don't think that will make up the difference, but I guess we'll wait and see, guys. 2 more days now. So, there we go. And finally, also, I would like to mention that, as I said in the beginning, I believe that if this dude on the left, William Bonac, actually competed at the Arnold Classic, I believe that he would have won it all because, as I said, Akeem doesn't really match up that well from the back against Nick Walker, and neither does Ian for that matter, but Bonac really does. I even believe that Bonac is winning this pose, in my opinion. I think that he has just a bit better muscle separation. They're sort of evenly matched in the hamstrings, and I believe that Bonac has better glutes. So, guys, it's unfortunate that Bonac won't compete, but it is what it is. There we go. This guy, the mutant. I believe that at his Arnold Classic debut, he will take the title home. Anyways, comment below. Do you agree with me? Do you think I'm some sort of a genius? Do you think I'm just crazy and that I don't know what I'm talking about? Anyways, put that in the comments below. And as always, I'll see you guys later.